Welcome back. Today I am in the great state of Maine, specifically almost near Rangeley, Maine. We got 2 days up here. Tomorrow I'll be over near Coos Canyon. Most of you are familiar with that area. But I've been here before, got a little gold. I think this is the Chandler Mill Brook. I'm drawing a blank on off the top of my head, but set off in the woods a little. Gotta use a little four-wheel drive to get out here. But it has one cool feature. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. As I get closer, you'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, basically a couple days in Maine to change things up. New Hampshire's great and all, but I just needed something just a little different and a little more seclusion. The water's actually a little low, surprisingly. We got some rain over the last few days. But here, I'll show you what I'm looking at. I don't think the video shows the justice, does justice to this. Pretty amazing, isn't it? Last time I was here it was flooding. It wouldn't be bad trying to maybe a couple pans down there. But my plan is actually to go down stream a little more. I've had better luck down there. But I'm going to use a little four-wheel drive after this. The road will hook up around and get to the top of this, and I don't want to try some test pans up top, but isn't that amazing? The things you find in the woods. But let me get my gear. I want to start digging. I just drove a long way to get up here. I'm ready to find some gold. I couldn't resist. I decided to climb down, and I'm going to try to do a few test pans. The water's low enough that I could actually get to it. I can't pass it up. Isn't that amazing? Not sure where to try. There's a lot of good spots. Honestly, I haven't had good luck with waterfalls in gold. I don't know if it's super deep, or maybe that's just an old wives' tale that the bottom of a waterfall has all the gold. I got my pan down there, maybe around here. I am noticing down when I was coming through there's a lot of bedrock exposed with some cracks. I wouldn't mind trying a few pans of that, but I'm gonna try it just a couple, see what it looks like, and then most likely I'm just gonna grab my gear, and probably about 1,000 feet down there is a good spot where I'm gonna set up. So let's see what the waterfall delivers. Here's the last shot of it. Well, the waterfall was a dud, as I suspected. I did about 4 pans, random spots. The material didn't even really look that good, so I bet when during the floods it's just not settling up there. So I ended up moving downstream. I'm set up on that rock. The reason I set up here, I do have a long straightaway coming down, but I got a side stream coming right through there. Still got a little water trickling through it. But my thought process is, during a flood, this water's raging. The water coming down there isn't enough to push it, but it's enough to create like a little drop zone, or back pressure drop zone. And I'm noticing there's a lot more small cobble around there in just random spots, where the rest of the river doesn't have that. So that also confirms that this area right here is turning into a low pressure zone just because of this. And who knows, maybe there's some gold coming down here. So I gotta decide where I'm gonna dig, in front, right in the middle, or after. But I'm gonna dig a couple buckets and then start running. I wish there was a way you could just bottle this up and take it home with you. Whenever you needed it, you could just open it up. I just can't get enough of this nature. I am miles from anyone, and all I'm hearing is the water and the birds. Absolutely amazing. I don't know what kind of birds these are. Anybody have a guess? They're all over me. I think somebody's been feeding them because they're looking for food around me. Amazing. Just amazing. Well, that sucks. Not even a speck. I ran a couple buckets and it's just not there. Even the material doesn't look that great. Not a lot of black sand, very little garnets. Maybe this just isn't the spot. I tried to also a couple buckets and then random test pans around, and I'm just not seeing it. The problem I've learned with Maine, and I've heard this from a lot of people, is New Hampshire and Vermont has smaller gold, but it's usually more abundant. It's a little easier to find. Maine will have bigger pieces, but it's just completely random where it is, and it's usually very deep, 2 to 3 feet deep. So I got down pretty deep right there, and still nothing. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pack up, and then the waterfall's up there. The road goes up and around, and it, according to the map, it gets kind of close to this river where I can walk down and just do a couple test pans above the waterfall, and then I'll see if there's anything more promising up there. But I'm just thinking I might have to try another spot. But it is what it is. Prospecting is fun, but you do get skunked a lot more than you'd like. But just another shot. I mean, I don't even care. I am just so relaxed right now. But let me get the stuff packed up, and then I'll head up and hopefully find another spot I can try. At least I got a couple days up here. I gotta at least find some gold. So there was no gold in the upper, the stream above the falls, but I decided to keep continuing down the road. This is an old logging road. There's literally like 30 miles of this road. It's amazing what they'll do for lumber. I am probably 5-6 miles out from the nearest main road or house or anything, so I'm out in the boonies. But what a view. Saw this in the rear view mirror, had to stop. But I'm gonna keep going. There was a sign, there's a bridge out, so I don't know if I'm gonna how far I'm gonna be able to keep going. But if I can continue on this road, it'll be a wicked shortcut over to, I'm gonna head over to Coos Canyon. Start doing the Swift River over there. So, just had to stop and take a picture of this. Just absolutely beautiful. I'm not finding gold, but man, am I finding some other treasures. I just did a loop all the way around Rangeley Lake. If you ever been up to Rangeley, Maine, this is what it looks like. I've been up here a few times, and it just doesn't get old. So at one of the many overlooks, I figured I'd just stop and show you guys. If you've never been here, I'll stop at the other one quick too to get a different perspective on the. I think this is actually the east side, and then there's an overlook on the west side. But just amazing. Yeah, if you've never been to the Northeast, it's definitely it's pretty amazing. I lived here my whole life, and it still impresses me. But I still haven't found any gold. I was planning on going to Coos Canyon tomorrow, but it looks like I might have just enough time to do a little tonight, and then I'll do a little more tomorrow morning. because I know there's gold there, but it's not always a guarantee I'm gonna find it. So let me get moving. And this is the western overlook. Pretty amazing, huh? As you can see, I'm not the only one that likes the overlook. Gets a little busy. This is on Route 17. If you're ever in the area, you definitely want to travel it. Just amazing. But I only have a couple hours before it's going to start getting dark, so I have to get down to the river ASAP so I can try to find some gold. At least get a little for tonight. Good morning. It's day 2. I didn't have enough time last night to set up and run any material. The spots I wanted to get were actually taken. So I set up camp for the night. I also actually ran into the hippie guys, Tom and Wes. So I was talking to them for a while. That was fun. I should have filmed it, but I didn't. But yeah, it's day 2, early in the morning. The great thing about camping is it's so uncomfortable. You get up extra early, so you get to see stuff like this. I am back on the east side overlook on Route 17. That's Rangeley Lake. This place actually gets good signal, so I can check my emails and other stuff. So I figured I'd stop here quick. And I've seen the sunrise a bunch of times here, but it just doesn't get old. The great thing too is most other prospectors are probably still sleeping. So I am going to be heading out of here in a few seconds to get down to the river to get some of the good spots before they fill up. And I get a long day. I just want to run a lot of material and hopefully I can find something, some gold. But just amazing. As always, the camera never captures what you're seeing well. If you're in the area, Route 17 around Rangeley Lake, you got to check it out. It's pretty special, especially if you like remote camping and just don't want to be around a lot of people. It's perfect. Just amazing. But I need to get some gold. It's actually a little cold this morning, so it's gonna be a little chilly down on the river, but that's what you deal with when you want to be the first. So I need to get down there. So I'll turn this back on when I'm all set up and running material. How the heck am I supposed to get to the gold and prospect when I keep seeing all these amazing nature scenes? I keep stopping and I don't want to even prospect. It is so quiet and peaceful here. All right, now I'm gonna go to the gold for real. I've seen enough. Hopefully this is the last nice view. Oh, it's just so amazing up here. You can't stress that enough, especially if you get up early. I've only passed a few people. It is so peaceful right now. A couple hours, it's going to be crazy with people and bikes. And until then, though, oh, amazing. All I need is a moose or something walking out here, and it's just perfect. But anyways, all right, now I'm going for the gold. Just saw something. Do you see him? Don't want to scare him, but hey, buddy. Little small guy, but I don't really care about people up here. I almost drove right by him. He barely even noticed me. I didn't even notice him. It's probably like 30 feet from me right now. And walking closer. Doesn't even care. Amazing. Alright, I gotta get back to prospecting. This is crazy. I'm never gonna get down to the river. He wants to eat his breakfast. I don't want to bother him. Pretty cool though. Whole other world up here. Holy hell, I didn't think I was ever going to get to this river. The nature and the animals, it's just... Oh, it was amazing getting over here. It's a little chilly though. It's showing 46 degrees in the truck, so hopefully it warms up quick, but I can do it. I'm set up on the river. This place actually got hit pretty hard. There's holes everywhere. This area looks to be a little more of a concentration of bigger rocks, so I'm gonna attempt to test it. Looks like somebody dug here. I'm gonna try, where are you? Right there. And then I'll move around. I got all morning, actually most of the day to do this, so eventually I'll hit the spot. But I'm just psyched to get back on the river and start finding some gold. But I tell you, even if I don't, I can't stress it enough. This section of Maine is just amazing. There's even more amazing parts of Maine. I've been through them. But this one's very touristy, easy to get to. A lot of stuff to do. Even if you're not into prospecting, it's just amazing. It's just such a paradise. But enough of the info commercial. Let's get digging. Show you the river, nice and low, which is giving me more opportunities to hit different spots. But let's see what happens. All right, I just ran the 2 buckets. Let's see what we got. The second bucket, the black one over there, I started hitting a lot more clay right toward the end, so I think that one's going to be the better one, but we'll find out. And man, did it get hot out here in a few hours. Nothing in there, but I just got an inside tip that it's more, I got a bunch of people digging around me and that are locals, and it's more along the banks up here is where they're finding it. Once you start finding some red material, that's where the gold is. So unfortunately that wasn't a good one. I'm going to fill that in and then I'm going to move up and try a couple more buckets. Wish me luck. Well, I decided to move. I'm on the other side of the river. I was right there. I wasn't seeing any colors, maybe a micro speck, nothing special. We got a bunch of people here. They're not really hitting anything just yet. So I figured since the water is low, I'll come on to this side, which I've always wanted to and never been able to, because I always forgot my hit waders or the current was too strong. But I mean, set up right here. I did a quick test pan and I actually found some specks, and I'm like, okay, I'm on to the gold. And if you notice, look at this. We're off to the main river's going over here, and this kicks over to the side, which creates a low pressure zone. And between that and the rock, you get all kinds of material settling out here. So I'm gonna do different spots. I just happen to pick behind this rock and get some small stuff, but I'll work my way up into, somebody already got behind that rock. But a spot I've found gold and a lot of people don't do is in front of the rock. If the gold is dragging down the bottom and hits that rock, it's not going to have the energy to go up and over, and it's going to get pinned against it. And then when the water flow settles out, it just drops into place. I've actually found some decent flakes in front of big rocks, not just behind them. So just a little tip. But just to show, I don't know if these will show up. They're really small. But it was a quick pan. I don't know if it's gonna, yeah, there's actually 3. There's 2 right there and there's a 3rd over there. That was just a quick surface pan and I'm already finding some gold. So, and a lot of people don't come over here. I've only seen a few dredge holes. So I figured I'd try it out. So let's see what I can do. And now it wasn't the funnest thing carrying everything over here, but I got over without falling. And it's nice thing is it's in the shade a little, so it was getting a little bit hot out there. Almost a 40-degree temperature change since this morning. It's been nuts. But let me try a couple buckets and then I'll show you the results. So the golden heart tip of the day, like I mentioned before, don't always dig behind the boulder, dig in front of the boulder. I was able to run quite a bit of material down there. Unfortunately, there's some big rocks in there I just can't get past. Otherwise, I bet it'd be even better. definitely better gold. I'm on focus. There you go. Little smalls, but a couple more bigger pieces. Like to see a lot better for that much material, but I was down in here getting some light stuff, so I moved further up, and as I said, I got in front of the boulder and I started getting some pieces. So it's not always behind the boulder. When it comes to big rocks, this is what I've found. Sometimes the gold doesn't have enough energy to get over or around, so it gets trapped in front of here and then pushed down. So just a little tip of the day. But I'm exhausted. I've been out in the sun all day. I think I'm going to be wrapping it up. If I end up finding something special, I'll turn you back on, but I think that's going to conclude it. It's been an amazing 2 days in Maine. This is probably my 7th or 8th time up in this area. For whatever reason, I don't find a lot of good gold, but yet I mean, the potential's here, and just the views and everything, the atmosphere is just amazing. I just keep coming back. I just can't get enough of it. I just wish it was a little closer to me. It's about a 3.5 hour drive, so I can't do this all the time, but I'll be back. There's a couple fall events. I might show up for one of those, but this has been fun. Not much else to say. As always, just try to get out, enjoy nature, even if it's just a pan, sluice. We've got some people over here. They've been panning and sluicing all day. I haven't heard any yelling, so I don't know if they gotten anything worthwhile. But the gold's here. The nature is abundant. Just get out there and try to enjoy it. I can't stress that enough. These 2 days have been just amazing. It's amazing what it does to you. But until next time, I'll just get out there, have fun, and I'll see you then. Later.